This is episode 8 of the Razor Sharp Show.
Are you prepared to grow your business today? Stay tuned for what's about to occur. This is the Razor Sharp Show with your host, Ray Milladani. Stay tuned as Ray invites business owners and entrepreneurs onto the show from all over the world to discuss how they are owning this economy and how you can as well. Are you ready to sharpen your saw? Here's your host, Ray Milladani.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you're joining us from in the world. My name is Ray Milladani, and I'm your host of the Razor Sharp Show. Today we have a great, fun, and exciting episode number 7. In today's show, we meet Francesca Moy, who is the author of Follow Me and now her new book, Bums on Seats. And it's exactly that. Francesca has built a great community on Meetup, has run successful things, and we talk about all that in the episode today and how to get bums on seats and run successful events to grow your network. Razor community, let me ask you, are you on our mailing list? Why do you need to be on this list that I keep talking about? Well, this is where we let you know of exciting behind the scenes and bonus material. We have exclusive interviews, we have pre-recorded show intros that don't get released as our show that we share in the community, and you need to be on our list to join that community and get in the know of all the stuff you're missing out on. Remember to subscribe to our podcast. It's very easy. Just click the subscribe button and remember to leave us a raving review. Help us get in the new and noteworthy section and create the huge ripple effect of the Razor Sharp Show so we can change more lives. Get behind us and, join us on the journey, which will become your journey. So let's jump into today's show. So Francesca Moy has been basically started fresh as a new entrepreneur in Australia when she moved from Italy. Francesca has a very big personality, a great smile, and you will meet her energy when you see the show. The Skype call dropped out a couple of times, but that didn't stop us soldiering on, and the energy just goes from strength to strength. So I'm really excited to have you meet Francesca Moy today. She also co-wrote a book called Bums on Seats, and that was with our guest from episode number 4. Natasha Denman. So together they are just a power couple. I've had the pleasure of actually meeting them in Melbourne at their book launches and different events. But basically Francesca built a networking meetup group and became the meetup queen because her group went from 0 members to 10,000 people, and she grew a 6-figure income by basically the power of networking. And her book, Follow Me, Shut Up and Build Your Network, is pretty simple. They cover off techniques and great things in how to get around the right like-minded people, and her company Empowering Events basically does that and helps you. So we cover off a few different tips. So it is a great pleasure. So without further ado, let's meet Francesca Moy. Hi Francesca, and welcome to the Razor Sharp Show.
Hi Ray, thank you for having me.
No problems. How have you been?
Awesome. I've been so cool. I just came back from Melbourne, full on 10 days with Natasha Denman, one event after the other. It was just so crazy, but so cool.
Excellent. Now, I had the pleasure of meeting you last night at your book launch, Bums on Seats. So I've got my own very copy, and fantastic. I already started reading it last night because obviously with the Razor Sharp brand, events and bringing people together is really, really big. And, it was great to be in the room, and you're so busy. And I actually interviewed Natasha a few weeks ago. She's episode number 4. So she got in really early in the show and supported the show. So anyone who wants to hear that, check it out. But now we have the pleasure of meeting yourself.
That's really cool. Natasha is my sister from another mother, as they say. And, we do a lot of collaboration together, and we wrote this book, Bums on Seats. And it was great to have you last night. Thank you for coming.
No, it's good.
It was great. So many people and everyone so warm. And I was saying it was a room full of dolphins.
Yeah, absolutely. I loved your dolphin analogy. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
The world needs definitely more dolphins. And we'll cover that off later, I'm sure. Razor community, are you ready to sharpen your mind?
Yeah.
All right, Francesca, let's go. So tell us a little bit about what you're doing. Obviously, you've got your brand Follow Me and now Bums on Seats, so you're very busy. Share with the Razor community what you're up to and why you do it.
So it all started because I wanted to be a life coach. I wanted to share with people personal development and all these beautiful things that make you feel a better person. And I just didn't know how to find clients. So it all happened for mistake. I started to run meetup events just to get, my next client, just to expose this message to as many people as possible. And then I realized that from being shy and couldn't speak in public to being totally addicted to it, and I love it.
Shy? I could never have guessed that.
I swear, I was last thing I wanted to do is speak in public. I just couldn't even speak in front of 10 people. I would freeze, and it was so difficult for me. And then all of a sudden, after, repetition is power, after I did it 3, 4, 5 times, I was like, oh my God, nobody can shut me up now.
So what was it for you that got you out of your comfort zone? Was it just, you mentioned repetition, but was there something that got you really outside your comfort zone?
Look, mindset is very powerful. And for me, the comments of the people that were coming to my events, they were saying, that it was helping them a lot and they were enjoying it, and, just the community. And I was seeing how much good it was doing, that I just had to put myself second and said, it's not about me. My fear is if I don't do this event, there's people that, they're not going to step out of their comfort zone. So it was really to give. I started to get addicted to the how good it is for people to come to these events and have a community, right? Because a lot of us business owners, we work all day by ourselves, and it's so hard.
Absolutely. And you make a good point that when you do these events, it's more about the people you are, servicing, and the gift that you're giving to them, giving back, and making them more of the cause than you'll just self-motivate, and you put yourself second, which is a great motivator because, you don't want to let other people down. Absolutely. Excellent. And so was Follow Me the first, is that still part of your main business, the Follow Me? What do you do in Follow Me?
Yeah, so Follow Me started because I was, as I said, I was a life coach, and I was fully booked all of a sudden after doing events. People were like, I want you as my coach. And I was fully booked, but I was still not confident enough to put my price up. So I was just charging $50 an hour. So I was fully booked, and people start to ask me, can you teach me how to run event and how to become fully booked like you are?
Wow.
I'm like, of course. So that's how Follow Me started, because I realized that I not only run events, but I create a following on Facebook, on social media, and people want to know what I do during the day. They want to know, they look forward to my video, to my update. So I decided that, Follow Me would have been a great name for my training. So I do a half-day workshop where I teach people how to create a following and how important are numbers. The more people you are in front of and you are exposed to, the more people are going to convert into a client. So it's literally business is a number game.
Yeah, excellent. And so if there's one little bit of tip that you can share with the Razor community, how can you get people to create, what some people are calling a tribe, or, your raving fans, people who are dying to see your videos?
But those people are the people that everyone can have raving fans. There's nothing special about me. It's about being yourself. People love genuinity and authenticity, and unfortunately, there is not much around the world. A lot of the time, you see someone on Facebook, and you think they are awesome, and then you see them live, and they're different, and you go, "Oh, you don't sound the same." But what a lot of my raving fans tell me is that they follow me online, makes them want to know me, and when they come and meet me at the events, I'm exactly it. I'm not different, right? Yeah. I don't act any different because I'm myself in the videos.
So Razor community, listen to what Francesca's saying. Be uniquely yourself, and you will automatically create raving fans. And you don't need to be anyone special, because anyone can have raving fans. Awesome.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Be yourself. That's what people want to see.
Yeah. And I think you're very right when you say that, sometimes you see people on Facebook and social and they're one way, and then you meet them in real life and you think, is that the same person? But if you're uniquely yourself, then you're just going to shine through everything you do. And it's very hard to copy someone who's been uniquely them, because there's only one of them. So
absolutely. And that's everyone's fear. A lot of people come to my events, to my workshop, and say, Francesca, you are teaching this strategy to everyone. You wrote a book. What if everyone does it? There's not going to be unique anymore. I'm like, well, that's not true, because I teach people how to be unique because they are themselves. So there's never another person like you. So every event is going to be different because the organizer is different. So don't worry about what other people does. That's what, unfortunately, a lot of business owners do. They worry about what other people do. Just concentrate on yourself.
Absolutely. Beautiful. I love that. Fantastic. All right, let's get to know you a little bit better with some of the more common questions that I ask. So what's something that you've crossed off your list today?
Oh, I like that. One thing that I cross off the list that every single day is meditation. Awesome. I wake up in the morning and the first thing I do is, that meditation on feeling grateful of the amazing life that I'm living and everything, all the people that were last night there. So I just spend 10 minutes in bed on my snooze button. And it's beautiful because a lot of the time I might even fall back asleep dreaming about all the people that I'm grateful to, which is wonderful.
Excellent. And I think it's great how you share too, because you've made it really simple. It's 10 minutes. It's nothing over the top. It doesn't have to be something that takes too much out of your day, and you just build that routine and habit. Love it.
Yeah, and I don't even stand up. It's not that I stand up and I do all that stuff.
Yeah, cool.
You just sit there and think, it's
Keep
a different way. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Love it. So when did you know that you were wired for business?
That's a great question. Well, I actually didn't know until I started to get all these people asking me all these questions about business. I was like, but I just started. Why ask me this stuff? And then I realized that when I wanted something, I just went for it, and I was committed. I promised myself I was never going to work for someone again, and I was just going to give it my best to make this work. So I think I started to realize that I'm a pretty good entrepreneur when I was working out, things and just finding a way to make stuff happen, even when I had zero money.
Yeah, perfect. That's great. And I think that's great because you've listened to others around you for feedback, and when people are asking you how you're doing something, that's a good sign that maybe what you're doing is good, and other people want that as well. So
yes,
fantastic.
One of the biggest thing for my client, I say to them, listen to your clients. They will tell you what you are good at. And when they tell you that, use it.
Yeah, absolutely. Get, feedback from who you are there to please and serve. Excellent. So what's a book that you've read recently that's changed your life? A book that really, 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 really touched me is Dying to Be Me. Cool.
It's a great book, and it talks about something that is a common denominator with all these super successful people, which is, you are first. Look after yourself. Find your passion. Follow it. Don't live the life that your parents are asking you to live. Don't live the life that the society tell you should live. And I'm so passionate about that because until 31 years old, I did everything that my mom and dad wanted me to do, but was nothing that I wanted to do.
Yeah, right. Love it. Yeah, cool. Razor community, if you want to get a growing list of books that all the guests have spoken to, head over to the website razorsharpshow.com. There's a full list there of all the books that have been recommended by the show guests. So we'll add that to the list. Thank you for that. I think it's great to know, books that have changed lives, because there's lots of books out there, and obviously, with what you and Natasha are doing, there's lots of books that have been published, and each book has a purpose, whether it's to educate, but I think it's the ones that inspire and change lives that have that ripple effect. So that's fantastic. So obviously within business, as entrepreneurs, there's ups and downs. Tell me a time where maybe you've, felt defeated, and what did you do to bounce out?
So many times, there's so many ups and downs. And even a few weeks ago, I was like, this is so hard. And, I've got so many connections that I could anytime give all of this up and go and work for anyone and, improve the business and just work for someone and just do 9 to 5. And when you're done, right? But that will, the thing that doesn't make me do that is the realization that will kill me inside. I know that if I go back to a normal job, working for someone, I wouldn't be as passionate, I wouldn't be as creative, I wouldn't be as, motivated. Like I can work 20 hours a day and I love every second of it. I don't feel I'm tired, I don't feel I'm sick. I've been sick for the last 10 days. I just keep going, right? Because I love it. I love talking to people, and I love, I've been so privileged to be told a few times that I inspire people, and I go, really? Oh, this is so cool. And I just want to keep doing it. It's just that massive pull towards this that it's just impossible going against it. So, yeah, there is a lot of tough moments, and there are a lot of moments that even if you do make $25,000 a month, there's a month that you go, what happened? There's no money in the bank account. What's happening? Yeah. Because, there's a lot of expenses. We are in business. It's going to always be ups and downs. But if this is our true passion, it's a no-brainer.
Excellent. Now, so you obviously run a lot of events. Bums on Seats book was about, getting people to promote and prepare themselves and, more importantly, profit from these events. So someone who's been in the event game for a very long time, what are some of your, what are the benefits of running events, and do they need to be free, paid? Just share with the Razor community a little bit about your event experiences and how they can work for your business.
Yes. So what we found, Natasha and I, we were doing the same thing. We were running events for a community. We were nurturing our community online and offline, right? So we were nurturing a community on Facebook, on Meetup for me, and we were taking those people on a very low-cost event, which for me, sometimes I do free tickets, and sometimes I do, $15, $20, $25 events where it's a low cost, where people come along and they will check you out. There's so much noise online that it's really hard to stand out and really hard to build trust with people when they don't see you face to face. That's probably why you're doing the podcast with a video, right? Because
that's right.
It's true, because most of us are visual. And most of us, we are kinesthetic. We want to feel the person. We want to see them and check them out and see if they are really what they look like on Facebook, or are they real?
Yeah.
Right? So I love the fact that, when you put people in front of you live, that's there's a massive selection happening, right? They like you or they don't like you. And that's perfect, because you're not wasting time nurturing people that don't like you. They're never going to talk well about you, right? They're never going to come back to the event. They stop following. Perfect.
Yeah, perfect. Oh, great. And I think that you've covered up a really good point in regards to using events as a bit of a way of qualifying your audience, and, let them kind of decide whether they're going to join you for the long ride or whether they just come in there for the free ride and, they come and go. So I definitely agree with the events being used that way. And do the events have to be complicated, or can they be just simple seminar rooms, some chairs, guest speaker, or do you find that the more perfected ran events have a better impact?
So I am a little bit the wow factor. I love to get people to be surprisingly happy about an event. So one of the things that make me start meetups is because I was going to meetup events in Australia, and I was going, what's happening? Like, it looks like it's a family meeting. Nobody talks to any, like, not even a family meeting. Like, I was going to these pubs and go, sorry, is this a meetup? Like, I didn't even know what that was. And it's not inviting. It's not, you don't want to go back, because that moment is so scary, to break the ice. Yeah. So I was like, all right, I'm going to run events that I'm going to make it easy for people to come along and network. Networking, it can be really tough if the organizer doesn't help you. So I would get people in, do a massive check-in, so make them feel welcome, tell them what's in the night. So it doesn't need much effort, but, a little bit of love at the event helps, and people feel more comfortable and they will come back.
Love that. The wow factor. I definitely know that I've gone to a lot of meetups and they just are, I know exactly what you mean, where you don't know if they're a meetup or not. And, so that's that's a great share. Yeah. So Razor community, get out of your comfort zone. If you are looking to run events, you don't need anything too complicated, but just make people feel wowed and throw in that little bit of spice of love.
Yeah. And you asked me if I would have a guest speaker or not. I would definitely have a guest speaker, because even if you and I were both super awesome, people might get, sick of our tips all the time, right? So that's what you do as well. You get a guest speaker to add value. But, of course, people can hear you, and you put a little bit of tips in between as well, which is your magic, right?
Yeah.
So I put my 50 minutes of magic in at the beginning of my events, before the guest speaker, so my community get to know me, like me, and trust me, and I get to have a chance to give them a little bit of my magic, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the things I did is I started emceeing events because that meant that I could, throw my little tips and tricks in the middle. I'd become the glue of the event, but I didn't have to actually do all the content. So emceeing was a good way of me getting a lot more comfortable on the stage because for some reason emceeing was a little bit more less nerve-wracking for me than actually coming up with the content and delivering it. So
there you go, yeah.
So that's good. Excellent. Now, I know last night and at the start of this call you spoke about dolphins and sharks. Share with the Razor community what that is all about.
Okay, so I know, and I've been there. I've been bitten from a shark in business, and I know that a lot of my clients are terrified, right? There's a lot of sharks out there, and this is how I explain it. We are all in an entrepreneurship. So we are in a big ship on the ocean.
Yeah.
And we are in the ocean, and sometimes there's the waves are very high. Sometimes it's flat, calm, and everything is beautiful and perfect. That's exactly how we feel, right?
Exactly like business.
It is like that, right? So then you go, all right, let's go and swim. You look in the ocean and you can see all these fins, and you think they're dolphins. So you go, I want to swim with the dolphins. So you go and swim, and you get closer and closer and closer, and you realize that one of those fins is a shark. No. And they're actually eating all the dolphins. And eventually, if you hang around near the shark, you're going to get bitten as well.
Excellent. So be around more dolphins because they're playful, they're fun. They got a warm feeling, they got better energy, and they don't bite.
And they want to collaborate. They want to help each other. Win-win.
Absolutely, and that's very, very important. So who are some of the people who help you win-win? How important is networking and having the right people around yourself?
It's huge. So Natasha Denman, of course, is one of them, right? She's amazing. She's a giver. She's generous, and just she keeps sharing all her tips with all her people and everyone, and it's just amazing, right? And the other person would be Jacqueline Nagel, which is my mentor, and this is exactly how I met her as well. She was speaking at an event. I approached her, asked her to speak at my event, and then from there. It was magic because she mentored me for a long time and it was beautiful.
Excellent. So collaborating, being dolphins again. Fantastic.
Yes, absolutely. So all my success stories are all from collaboration.
Yeah,
all
perfect.
of them.
Yeah, excellent. And that's been a common theme with a lot of the interviews I've been doing. The thing that I've kind of been saying is together we are better. And when we bring more of the like-minded people together, and it's what I hope that the show does and the Razor community, and to the point where we start running live events where people can actually meet each other.
Yes.
Perfect. All right, let's jump into the Razor round. So these are some quick, sharp-answered questions. Now, you've already answered the first one, but
awesome.
Who is someone who's been a mentor for you?
So Jacqueline Nagel, for sure. Yep. Jacqueline is now bringing Reese Witherspoon to Australia with the Simpatico conference, and it's going to be huge. Simpatico connection, and it's going to be huge. And I'm just so proud of her. And a year and a half ago, she was my mentor, and she had a lot of time for me. And now, of course, she's on media. She's everywhere, right? It's so cool.
Lucky. Awesome.
I was very lucky to have the privilege to spend a lot of time with Jack. Yeah.
Perfect. And what's something that you knew now? Sorry, what's something that you know now that you wish you knew 5 years ago?
Be yourself.
Ah, nice. Love that.
Absolutely.
Cool. And honestly, how many business ventures have you done?
Seriously, I only done this one. So
wow.
It started as a coach and then as a mindset coach, and now I'm more of a marketing strategist. So
nailed it. Perfect. Well done.
Thank you.
What's something in the world that if you could, you want to change right away?
I would. Well, that's a really good question. I wouldn't change anything because everything happened for a reason, and we learn a lot from it. But if I really had to choose one, I would say competition. I would just remove competition whatsoever.
Excellent. And so would you mean that you want everyone to be as equal and there was no better and worse?
No, it would mean that there will be better and worse, but everyone will be happy for each other and help each other being a better person.
Ah, love it.
Collaboration, right?
Collaboration.
Yeah.
Common theme here. What's a website or an app that you need to visit daily to survive?
Ooh. That would be my CRM.
Okay, excellent.
Yes.
Good. I thought you were going to say Facebook Live. But
Well, that's a good one as well. Facebook. I need to be on Facebook daily. You're right. That's
no,
true.
but your CRM, I don't see that part of your world. So your CRM is obviously important because that's the way that you can keep nurturing your clients.
Yes.
And you do a really good job, in the public eyes. I can just imagine what you do behind the scenes. So
Thank you.
what's the best bit of advice that you've ever received?
The best bit of advice would be from Jacqueline that taught me how to be on stage and how to be on stage me. That was really hard for me because I would go from being shy to be a clown, and it was really hard to find a balance, which is who I am. And she helped me a lot in it, and now I can truly be myself on stage. I can still get a little bit nervous sometimes. But I love it, and people can see the authenticity behind it. So
absolutely, and I agree with that. Being in front of your live events and videos and all that, I can definitely see that the authenticity is there and it's genuine. I heard last night as well. It's like Natasha was saying, "How did we go? We didn't even practice. It was all live." And I was like, "Wow! If you did that live,
we didn't practice
because it's
at
natural, and you worked well off each other, and that's what's great. And the fact that you've coined each other sisters from another mother is fantastic, and that's the power of doing business together. It can open up some beautiful relationships. So, what's some bad advice that you've been given?
Bad advice is hold back. Don't give all your advice. Keep your advice, and now keep your best tips for when they are ready to pay. That's the worst advice I could ever have. It's the opposite. The more I give, the more I share my best tips, the more people want to become my clients.
Wow, that's fantastic. So Raise a Community, if you're sitting on some secret project or some secret tips, get out there and share it. Because
Absolutely.
the world needs to hear it. And the more you give, the more you get. That's true for me too, because when I started doing the videos, I really struggled to know what content to build. So I started just sharing everything I knew, and it definitely opened up some new doors, and I'll second that very much so. So
well done.
Give the world, what you have in your mind. That's the best gift you can give. Now, what's something that you've learned, something new, something that you didn't know 7 days ago?
I didn't know 7 days ago. Oh my God, it's been such a crazy week. So many things. Would be one biggest tip ever. When you do a PowerPoint presentation, you can skip slides by pressing a number and enter on your computer.
Wow.
Can you believe
Technology,
it?
eh?
That's going to change everything.
Yeah, cool. So you could be at slide 4 and jump to slide 10.
Yeah.
Love it. Cool.
I know. That's huge.
Excellent. So you just push the number and enter. There you go. Raise a Community, a little hacker tip for everyone who does PowerPoint presentations.
I know.
Good. And so what is a productivity hack that you'd use? Is there a tool? Is there I noticed some whiteboards behind you. What's something that keeps you productive? And what's...
Asana.
Ah, okay.
Asana is a project management app, and we just started to use it two months ago thanks to Terry and Daniels, which she came in the business to help systemize and put a bit of a procedures in place. And oh my God, it's so good because it just helps to be a little bit more organized. And I'm very creative, and I used to jump from one thing to the other, and at the end of the day, the list was still all there. And I go, oh my God, I haven't done anything. and now with Asana, you just stick stuff up, and it's actually very exciting.
So, Francesca, I hear that you have something for the Razor community.
Yes. Natasha and I were talking yesterday, and she knew that I was going to be interviewed from you, and she said, Ray is amazing. Let's give him a little present.
Love it.
For you and all your community, we got this new sample of our book and our online course that your people can get access to for free.
Love that. Fantastic. And how can they get on that?
So they just have to go to www.bumsonseats.net.au/books. So this is the name is bumsonseats.net.au/books.
Awesome.
And they're going to be able to get a sample of the book and a sample of the online course.
Love it. I'm going to get onto that myself because I haven't seen your videos. I saw you recording them on Facebook Live and how you were planning and getting all that done. And you did that in a weekend, didn't you?
In a day.
In a day. Gosh, you just keep outdoing everything. That's fantastic. And so that just shows that when you put your mind to it and you dedicate some time and you just, get stuff done, you can literally do a full e-course in one day. And obviously this comes with, months and months of preparing and the content back to front. But
of course, you have to know your content. If you know your content, then it's easy. And as you know, Natasha and I, we just don't prepare. We just go and we
speak from the heart and not the mind.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. Love that. Well, Razor Community, that's a wonderful gift from Natasha, who was in episode number 4, and now Francesca. So just get onto the links will be on the show notes. Well, Francesca, it's been absolutely pleasure interviewing you today. Is there any parting advice that you'd love to share with the Razor community?
Well, one of the biggest things that I have learned in business, and I'll keep doing it, and I have to remind myself, is to be myself and to don't worry who get upset and who gets annoyed. They're not your target market. So don't worry about those people. Don't worry about the complaints. As long as you've done your best and you are the best version of yourself that you can be, you are perfect.
Perfect. Love that. That's a great thing to end off. Be uniquely yourself and don't worry about what others say, because they're just going to get in the way of your success, which is waiting there for you if you cut through the bullshit.
Absolutely. That's really, you said that really good.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you very much for that, Francesca. It's been great having you on the show. And remember, until next time, always be learning and stay sharp.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, Razor community, I hope you enjoyed that fun interview with Francesca Moy. It's now time to apply what you have learned. That's right. Knowledge that you know and don't apply is pointless. Get out there, sharpen your own saw, and more importantly, become razor sharp by teaching others what you know. That's the power of knowledge. The ripple effect that you can create is endless. So that's how we remain razor sharp, and until next time, always be learning and stay sharp.